Alright, so this is my first time doing this, and I don't really know how to do it. What I'm trying to do here is, in a way, develop a habit, even though I don't really have an audience, besides friends and family that wanted to show their support, but the ones that can actually understand what those videos are about are people that already know the stories. Um I just finished moving and building my studio in the new place, which was a big step in my life. But I digress. Everything is sorted out now, and I'm already back to making videos. And since I've got better equipment now, I'll have an easier time making them, because everything runs more smoothly now. I'd be editing with over 50 video tracks and over 20 audio tracks at the same time for each scene, and the program would be running at 2 FPS, at best 10, which made video editing an excruciating process. But now I have 4 videos coming in February, one of them being a lore video explaining more about the world itself, starting with Platinum Earth, which is where we started the story, these prologues. I've got the next 2 episodes ending Mordred's prologue also coming up this February. And this video. I was counting this video as well. On the lore video, I'm working with my good friend Dr. Clock, who's doing the art for it. We're probably also going to use some of the art that he made for the first actual episode I made that I've taken out of the air. I'm going to make it available again. It's still technically entirely canon. Still, the narrative format in it was very niche, and maybe that works better for another type of content. Albeit, it was very representative of the way that I actually narrate the sessions and campaigns to my players. Besides, in this episode that is now out of rotation, my budget was even lower than it is now, so I couldn't even afford character art. I had friends like Dr. Clock that wanted to do it for free, but I just can't accept that. And in the lore episodes, I'm going to be the one talking about it. And with that, I mean me personally explaining the world and everything instead of a character voiced by me. While the story format videos are still going to be narrated by the point of view of the Watcher, which is how we call that character that has been telling the story of CCTR so far. Mainly because in my system, the GM is referred to as the Watcher. And since they're watching and, they take this omnipresent place in the story, it just made sense. But they are not a GM. They are literally just watching, for now, since they are indeed a character in the world. And the last few things I wanted to talk about is that this world and the story that has come from it was not originally an RPG. In fact, I created Rogue Planet and the entire world over 6 years ago. It was just a world building passion project of mine. I was just getting introduced to the idea of tabletop RPGs at the time, and it seemed like a great way to allow my friends to experience the world I created. So I started developing an RPG system, created a more familiar place than my own world for them to get their bearings on and create their characters in a way that they could easily understand without having to do a bunch of homework, help them develop their backstories, and chuck them into the world. However, the Tales of Crash Course to Remembrance, or CCTR for short, are a recent addition to the story and history of Rogue Planet. I am still running their campaign. I am also running another campaign called The Blooming Connection in Rogue Planet, as well as other short campaigns and one-shots that have been running besides the stories in the main campaign so far. And at this point, I have 4 different tabletop RPG systems that I have developed. The main one for the CCTR campaign being the Odd system, and the Horizon system for the Blooming Connection, as well as the Slasher system for a horror campaign I have planned. All of these so far within Rogue Planet itself. I hope sometime to be able to publicly release these systems, if there is anybody interested in them, so that they can use to tell their own stories if they want. My systems, they are inherently built to accompany roleplay, to not get in the way of roleplay at all, while at the same time assisting it. And the Horizon system, which I made for the Blooming Connection like 3 years ago, is inherently a dueling system with a romanticized narrative style assistance for the representation and narration of these duels, as well as their flavoring and everything. given the way that everything works. And it's also an extremely easy system to use, so that one is probably going to be the best one to share with people first, because it's a very entry-level system that anybody can really get a grasp on. But that's for the future. Guess I'm just rambling at this point, and I'm going to have to animate this character talking the whole time, so that's gonna be time-consuming. This character, by the way, which was made by Diego, makes fantastically charming art that I have been using for the story video so far. I'm gonna put his link in the description. And if anyone stumbles into this video, feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I don't know if you cared to watch the other episodes or anything like that and want to ask anything about them, or this video. I'm obviously going to read them all, because it's not like there's going to be more than just a couple, if any at all. So yeah, you have my full attention. If you ended up actually listening to this so far, I hope you have a fantastic day, night, or afternoon. I gotta go edit this now while feeling self-conscious about everything that I said and the way that I said it. So, all the love, and stay well.